Hello everyone, welcome to the Advancement Centre and welcome to the world of magic and miracles, where each one of us elevates ourselves at our leisure to be on top of what we call the elevated platform of living. In taking ourselves to that place, there's no need for understanding, there's no need for description, because we can all do it and we all simply step ahead and go to some place, somewhere that we can't describe. But it's much, much better than the place we were a second ago. And now we dare to go a little further. And on this particular day, we're going to go a long way past what your imagination can even hold, and a long way past, above and beyond your imagination. The reason for this is because we can. Our elevated platform is moving all the time. Our spirit is moving all the time. And all the events around us are moving. But if we don't move forward, we get totally involved in the changes that we are actually causing, which stops us moving and stops the next stage. So as we move out of the road of all the elements that we are waiting to appear, we can look with great glee from a distance and say, I know that's coming, I know it's going to appear around us, and I know there'll be some reaction that I don't have to worry about, because the reaction is not what we're interested in. We're interested in the path forward and the elevation that we can hold, because it's all moving. So we're actually riding our own wave. And when we think there's nothing more to do, that's the point where you have to change modes, just like you do in the surf. You're paddling, you get in front of the wave, it lifts you. You get to the point where it pushes you out in front and you feel totally unstable. And that's where you think the job's over. But in fact, that's where you have to change into a precise mode that maintains your balance and maintains you in almost midair. It's exactly the same in life, in the life that we've decided to lead. That we go ahead of the wave and we maintain ourselves with a whole different approach to our balance, to the balance of life, to where we're heading for the future, and to the speed that suddenly come into our life. So we're being accelerated very, very quickly into new areas, into a whole new life, and into a whole new way of being, to where no explanation is needed. It's a natural flow that is not determined by the deluge of rules that have been placed in front of you in the past. It's a natural flow that you understand, and that you also understand you can't explain. So the further we go, the easier it becomes, but the more precise we have to be. So in our precision, there is not much thought except for precision. To stand tall, to walk tall, to glow, to do all the things that befit the position we've taken on. But they change and they vary in every moment. So following your spirit is a natural way of being. And with it comes a natural flow of what we call simplicity. But it is extremely fast, and there are many things coming from every area that you don't have to attend to, but you do have to experience. In experiencing everything, you get a different picture. You get out of your own road. You stop determining what the picture should be. And there's a part of you that can communicate with spirit, with the events that are happening around you, with every factor in the universe. Fields are developed within you that act and react without your interference. And the feeling that comes from that is real. Over the past years, we've probably worried too much about what feeling is correct and what isn't, and how we get over whatever is happening to us. In this new series of events that are appearing here right now, you don't have to worry about getting over anything. You don't have to worry about how you feel, because it's going to change in another second. And if you get a signal that something's not right, leave it to your body to look after and keep moving. It will do it. You don't even have to heal on the occasion of an injury. The body will do it. Your attention will be brought to various things that are quite different to what you expect. And you don't dwell on it. You keep moving and you keep your balance. And you maintain yourself at a level that satisfies that hidden part within you that knows you're a mystical being. One without restriction and without rules, but one that follows a path that has no need for either, because of the elegance of your being and the respect you have for the world you're in and for the people who are in that world. You don't even disturb someone's being. You don't even disturb the birds, the bees, and all the things that you think should be in a particular state right now. As you move forward, you'll find they will visit you much more often. There'll be interactions that are so close to your heart, they will change your direction in life immediately. The entrance into your field of someone from another dimension, even a bird, is enough to change the rest of your life in an instant. I had a hummingbird stop in front of me out near the carport. There's no flowers, nothing to attract it except me. It stopped straight in front of me, within arm's length, did a little dance, sent a stream of energy to me, and left. And I'll never forget that. And it's happening more often every day. That injection from another world, from another field, from another dimension is going to happen at a regular rate. It's going to continue to happen, and it's going to continue to excite every part of your being, so that there is no chance of you going back to where you were, wherever that is. You move forward, you move up, you elevate yourself, and your body follows. In the past, We have closed our whole logic and given it over to systems that say this is how things work, right down to how you feel, how you age, how you interact. And now those things can stay there, but we're riding on top of all that and knowing without a doubt that our presence is all that's needed to maintain the connection between the magical and mystical being that we are and the physical body that serves it. That physical body is an amazing piece of work. If you want it to heal, you just shut the brain down so that you can't interfere. And it gets its way through everything and brings you back to a living being with a vehicle that works to the extent that you allow it to work. If you can be extracted long enough, it will go back to its original shape, feeling, and ability. So now we're moving so far away from that interaction, you will find that your being and your body get on enormously well. And the interaction is the same respect as I've said before, the respect that you feel when you watch an expert dressage. Somebody riding a beautiful horse without moving, and you can feel the transmission between them and the mutual respect. That mutual respect is what we feel from other people. Not respect for us, but respect for their own being, respect for their own body. And now we're going further, and we're connecting through our being, through channels that we know about, but have never been studied, even by science. They're starting now to realize that the best of science can be duplicated in a fraction of a second by one person. The communication is instant, and the recognition is instant. And so the respect that we feel now is that same transmission between the rider and the horse. It's the transmission between your being and your body. And we feel a respect for that, the same as we do the dressage rider and the horse. We don't know them. We don't need to know them. We know the feeling. So it's entirely up to that connection to transmit to everyone exactly what they need. And each person takes what they need from that transmission without the rider intending it for anything but the horse. And if you intend from your upper and elevated being, you intend a perfect connection with mutual respect between your being and your body, it will feed to everyone, and it will amplify in the same way as we experience when we go and watch the dressage rider. So I've mentioned this many times before, but this time we are actually in the right place. We're not sitting in the body, inviting the majestic being. We're the majestic being with respect for the magic body. And in taking that on, the speed with which we advance goes up by factors of millions. Because we are now much, much bigger, much more expensive, and we have talents that amaze even us. We can interact with the world. We can open portals. We can spin energies. We can connect with people no matter where they are. We can look at someone and embarrass them, or we can look at someone and make them smile. From miles away. These are the things that we've forgotten about. And now that you're at that level where you're aware of that sort of thing, it will take over your life. You will interact with people, events, fields, knowing, all those things that seem to be put to one side in the past, but that are all totally valuable to everyone. The essence of your own being will please you once again. And this grows and grows and grows. So much so that as we speak about it, you take off already. You experiment. You feel the essence of being able to touch someone from a distance, being able to change the aroma around you and around other people, being able to spread comfort without doing anything, and being quite confident to say to people, just stand in my field for a little while and you'll feel great. Because you have determined that that field will be perfect in every way, without reason. And you didn't determine it with your mind. You determined it by accepting your origin as something that only you know about. Nothing describes that more than the demonstration of that connection that we all feel. And remember, it's not a connection between people, it's your connection. And this is how you start to interact with the universe, interact with the world, interact with the physical nature of things around you. This is automatic magic and automatic miracles. The feeling of security is not based on the fact that you're sticking to the rules or you're within the limits that are acceptable. It's about maintaining your balance, going at high speed throughout the universe, touching everything and everybody and doing it right. Perfection and precision in such a way that your energy builds and builds and builds to support the enormous elevation that you know belongs to you. It's an elevation that you can't explain, so don't bother. But it's an elevation you can have. Not by thought, you just have it. You see it, you feel it, you know it, you experiment, and you'll find you follow your spirit in ways that elevates that feeling. And you are exactly on the path where you're supposed to be. You will weave through the universe and the universal energies and the changes and the interactions, and you won't run into anything or anybody. And you'll know beyond a doubt that your skill is allowing you to elevate everyone around you and to give them not only a reasonable life, but a perfect life. And the health of everyone is in their own hands. And they can determine what field they need simply by following their spirit. They may need your field right now, or for a half a second. And then they'll be off looking for others, just like children do. They never stick to one thing unless there's something worrying them. And it only worries them if they're not holding that level of freedom because of freedom itself, not freedom from anything. So as we continue, we will go past anything we can explain. But then our explanations will change in nature so that we would talk to one another at multiple levels. Our words will have transmissions with it that says, you know, that special feeling, you know, that energy that builds for nothing, and you know, the very thing that you brought here to this world, and that is flowing out within the scope of your words. Multi-level communication through billions of channels that actually come from you and have receptors within you and within your field that you totally understand. And the brilliance of just being near someone almost blows you away. Or seeing a special flower, or feeling a scent, and realizing you did that. This is the biggest part. The magic and miracles is on an understanding level. Where we've gone is to a knowing level and a recognition and a new example every moment. And nobody misses out. Everybody understands because that's inherent in each being. You don't have to understand the common explanation or the science or anything. You only understand you. And you take you beyond all limits and watch how good it is for everyone, how good it is for the world, and how good it is for you. Thinking will probably go out the window. You'll enjoy conversation. You won't enjoy bartering type interaction. It'll disappear out of our world. And we'll transact with one another knowing the result before we even start. You'll walk up to somebody and you'll both know exactly what you expect. And it will go that way without any bartering. every scent within you and every sense within you will come out into the physical world. So you will know that people have a particular feeling about them, a particular odor, a particular sense of well-being. And you'll know every time whether it's the perfect time to interact with them or it's not. And you won't think about it. It'll just direct itself, just like a magnetic field does. And as we speak more and more about the high speed, most elevated thing that we can speak about, we'll bring in more communication. We open more channels. We allow you all to sample one another in more ways than you've ever done before. You'll sample the places you walk through that you think you know, and you'll find they're quite different to what they were a day ago. You'll walk around your house, it'll be different. You'll decide things should be clean, and they will be. You'll know the order that everything should be in your life, and it will be. And you'll find that if you don't do it yourself, it'll be done by someone who picks up the signal. As a team, we are an unbelievable, integrated entity. Individually, we're magnificent. So it's not the team, it's the individual. They're totally opposite to what has been spread before. The individual is bigger than the team, and always will be. And everyone knows the first person in your hierarchy, straight above you or equal to you in your eyes, is your creator. How can that be if we're not all magnificent beings with mutual respect in the fact that we don't have to live in one area on top of one another, because we never run into one another, even if the physical world says we can. In interacting with other beings, you know you feel a presence. Everyone at some time in their life has felt some presence that they cannot understand. You are now about to feel your own presence and know that you don't understand. But the more you take on, the more you will enjoy. And the more you take on your own presence, the less fear will be in your being because of possible interaction of something unknown. In your being, everything is known. There is nothing unknown. The interaction with that being is an honor and a great, unbelievable experience that we've all been given to take wherever we want. And I encourage you to be in contact with you, feel your own presence, and feel it grow, and allow its energy to saturate your body so that you are one, and that everybody can feel you just like the person riding the stallion. So I wish you all, once again, a perfect life, perfect health, and a more than magic future. Thank you.